Well, I just thought I'd catch up with you guys on the way to work, and I just wanted to talk about finding what you're passionate about. Now, I've been very fortunate that I've found a job, that I'm passionate about, or a career that I'm passionate about. So for me, going to work doesn't seem like a chore because I enjoy it so much. Getting to work with people and change lives, it's a big thing, and it gives me a lot of joy and happiness. So I'm always grateful for that. And the opportunities that come up in this position are just fantastic. So for me, it's not even a job anymore, it's just a lifestyle. It's a way of life, going to work, helping people. Sorry, there's just an absolute crazy driver coming up to the side of me in a minute. When you work with a group of people who are like-minded as you, they're as enthusiastic as you, then you get more from it, and you get it's a better atmosphere. And sorry, this driver is really annoying me. Again, let's try that again, shall we? Sorry, that guy was an absolute tool on the road, driving right up behind everyone, really annoying, swerving in and around traffic. Just some people don't have any patience, do they? Where was I? When you're with a group of like-minded people, like-minded individuals, like-minded men, women, it doesn't have to be one sex, you push each other, you hold each other accountable, you create a group that wants to succeed and can succeed because you've all got the same ideology, same goals, same dreams, wants, desires in mind. And it's very rare to find that, but when you do, it's a great feeling. Now, there's always going to be people that are going to get in the way and try and cloud your judgment and cloud your decision making, but you kind of have to brush those people aside and leave them where they are to their narrow-mindedness, because if you stay strong to your beliefs and your dreams, they're going to come true, okay? Even if you have to do it on your own for a little while, because that's certainly what I've found. I wanted to create a community and a group of people that were same ideas as me, but it doesn't necessarily happen straight away. So sometimes you have to do your own thing, and there's going to be people that are going to hate you. There's going to be people that are going to want to get in the way and change that, make you work to their standards, and it doesn't always work. But anyway, rant over, time to go to work. Okay, so this is a style version of Rob Richards and Mike O'Hearn's workout. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend going to check it out. They talk about doing single arm shoulder presses and the benefits of it rather than double arm. Their training style is a little different to how I'm approaching it today, because I am on a cut for my photo shoot in 4 weeks time. So, starting on single arm shoulder press, I'm working 5 sets of 5. I think they were, when they did their video, they built up and just went one set absolutely all guns blazing. Mine was slightly different, but still putting the work in, still trying to get as much work as I can done on the weight that I'm lifting. I think I'm on roughly 27.5 kilos. So I'm working on a good 60 pounds at least. It's difficult when you're dieting, obviously your body's fatiguing, your muscles are drained, you're struggling for energy, so you have to grind, you have to work, you have to put the effort in, and it certainly did show that. I was really struggling. Normally I can press around 35 kilos, but I really just couldn't find any energy. This was a difficult workout for me. You can see that my body is coming in pretty tight now. The muscle definition is starting to come through, and it's a big motivation for me. I don't like the feeling of being soft, if that makes sense. I do like to see the definition, and as soon as this photo shoot's done, I am going to be keeping some good, we'll go with definition again. Yeah, I'm going to look at keeping my definition
not to ruin it too much. I don't want to put too much size on between now and the end of the year. Stay pretty lean, look after my body, make sure it's just performing well and I'm not changing too much. Moving on to this barbell military press, seated military press. I was working on, I did 2 sets and it was a double drop set, pressing 8-9 times for the first one, 15 kilos on each side, and then just as many as I can on the following 2.
Okay, so I've done my single arm dumbbell presses, 5 sets of 5 on each arm. Last one I tried to get 6 out. Lost form a little bit, but that's fine. Now I've moved on to barbell press. I'm only doing 2 sets. I'm doing a drop set. So I'm starting with 15 kilos, dropping on down to 10, then dropping on down to 5, and just repping out as many times as I can. I'm only doing a double drop set, 2 sets. Just to fatigue the muscles a little bit more. Compound moves to start with, and I'm going to be moving on to isolation work in a second. I'm going to be hitting the rear delt first, just so I can make sure I've isolated it properly before moving on. Does not get a good sweat on there.
Well, after that sweaty talk to the camera, I got straight back into round number 2. And let's go for as many as I can. I'd already done the first set of 9. So now I'm just repping out as many as I can, just to really try and overload the muscle. New stimulus, fatigue it just a little bit more. And I was certainly getting tired at this point. This is where I really had to grind. Dang, that was a big grinder. Straight away, just taking the weights off and going down to 30 kilo bar, 20 kilos, the bar's 20 kilos, 10 kilos added with 2 5 plates, and just pressing as many times as I can. I really enjoyed this workout because of the A, the pump that you get from it, and B, the fact that you have to just change it up completely. Instead of just doing 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 12, 4 sets of 8, 5 sets of 5, just giving it a completely new stimulus, going 5 sets of 5, then going into a double drop set, then going into a completely different workout. It just really changes it up, and the muscles really just haven't got a clue what's going on. They're in a state of shock. That was me just trying to bring my shoulders up a little bit more. Moving on, went into a superset on the rear delts. I did want to try and hit these as hard as possible. They do get neglected and not many people focus on them much. I think this is the biggest mistake you can make with regards shoulder and chest, because chest pressing all comes from the shoulder, the rear delt, and it comes from the tricep as well. So you've got to make sure that these are strong, these are stable, and if you're not working on them enough, your chest press can suffer as well. So making sure that you're working on these enough, getting these stronger, getting these stable as well. It's not just about being able to lift as much as you can on that muscle group. You've got to make sure it's stable. So lots of stability work for the shoulders. Some of the angles that we were playing around with today look really, really good. And it's the definition of my back coming out now, which is perfect. I do enjoy when somebody films for me. More often than not, I get Tim, who's helped me out in a video before. He does a bit of videoing for me, and I really appreciate that from him. Good lad, always helps me out, which is nice. So I did 3 sets on here. I was trying to hit as many as I can. Looking for around 12. I don't think I went over 12 on this. Really trying to isolate the rear delt, get a good squeeze. Yeah, that was another grinder. One thing I love about the cables is the fact that it's constant tension on the shoulder. Some parts of the dumbbell rear fly, you kind of lose the tension when you go beyond 45 degrees, whereas with the cables, because they're constantly pulling, the rear delt's always under tension, so you're really having to work hard for it. Right, this is where it gets into like a Y3T workout. If you've heard of Y3T, this is where it's going to become slightly different. and I'm going to be talking through that now.
Okay, so we've got to finish with a giant set. We've got cable lateral raises. We're doing as many as we can. We're then going on to a kettlebell upright row. I'm going to try and aim and keep my hands wide for as many as I can. We're going to fail on every exercise. We're only doing 2 sets on this giant set. Third exercise, we've got dumbbell raises to the front and back, as many as you can. Finally, to finish, we've got a barbell. We're going to be doing a Jefferson press over and back from the head, okay? We're going to keep constant tension on the shoulders. We've got 2 times rounds. We're going to have about 2 minutes rest in between, but you've got to fail on every single exercise. Shit.
Okay, so if you've got that, this is where it gets difficult. I've done some strength work on my shoulders. I've done a superset on the rear delts to make sure that they're firing, that they're working properly. I've done the drop set. Now it's time to throw in a giant set. And I can tell you now, this was hard. This was very difficult. It's 4 different moves targeting the shoulders, and each move individually was to failure. So as you can imagine, you're failing the whole shoulder. The whole of the shoulder is working, and it was not easy. Can't wait for the photo shoot to come out. Completely off point on this. Can't wait for this photo shoot. 4 weeks to go. I don't think I was going to be as lean as I am for the competition, or was for my competition earlier in the year. My diet's been completely different, and I've been playing around with things. I did cardio when I was dieting for the photo shoot. I did it for 4 months, and I found it boring, to be completely honest, doing that much cardio. So I preferred doing none, saving some time, just decreasing my calories, working on either increasing the calories, decreasing the calories, increasing my training, decreasing my training, depending on what needs to be done. And I've seen a change. So it's noticing whether you see a change or whether you don't see a change. If you do see a change, you obviously stick with it. If it's not broke, you don't fix it. So you keep going with the same training style, and you track your progress. If you are making progress, then you just keep going with it. When you start to notice that you're not making any changes, you're not making any progress, your body doesn't seem to be changing, you may just need to tweak something. So A, throw some cardio in, burn some extra calories, or just decrease your food a little bit. I find it difficult to decrease my food. I've always been someone that likes to eat, and unfortunately I've had to change that. So I've decreased my food. I've done pretty well. I've done intermittent fasting. I managed to maintain my calorie intake, and my body's coming in. So even though I found it difficult, it's worked, and I've managed to push myself and do it. I'm grinding these out now. Like this, I did 3 rounds of this, and the 3rd round I was literally just throwing it round, trying to work as hard as possible, but keep some kind of form. I can just tell you now, my whole of my shoulder was fatiguing, burning. It became a mindset thing more than anything else, and just trying to push yourself that little bit when everything seems to be out of the tank. It was hard. Guys, you can check me out on Facebook, you can check me out on Twitter, Instagram. I post a little bit more on there as well, just to try and keep everybody in the loop. So please do go ahead and check me out, Andy Spooner Fitness. The links are underneath in the bio, so you can catch up with me on those social media channels. A little bit of a flex, and then I will say goodbye for now.
Okay, we've got 2 chicken breasts covered in chili powder and peri peri flavouring seasoning. 350 grams of chicken, and I've also got, fresh out the microwave, whole grain and quinoa, Uncle Ben's rice. Ow! That's friggin' hot. There is 56 grams of carbs in a portion. Oh no, wait there. 62 grams of carbs in the pack, 8.6 grams of protein, and 5.2 grams of fat. I've also got spinach and peppers to go along with it. It's going to be one good ass meal. And there it is. Boom.
Nom 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 nom. Time to go and eat.